In today's video, we are going to be talking about how to transition your F1 or student visa to becoming a permanent resident or having a green card and eventually becoming a citizen in the United States. If this is what you're interested in, please stay tuned and keep on watching. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Dede, the mom, the boss. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing amazing because I am doing great. Just a disclaimer, I am not an immigrant attorney. I'm not an immigrant lawyer. I am talking from my experiences and from the experiences of the friends I've been with and for people I've interacted with. So if you have any confusions or questions, I would advise you to consult with your immigrant lawyer or your immigration attorney. Before we start, I would like to thank ADEX Medical Staffing for sponsoring a portion of this video. In this video, I'll be talking about 5 main ways to transition from an F1 visa to becoming a permanent resident or a green card holder in the United States. If you're a permanent resident in the United States, you have equal rights as a citizen in the United States. So you can eventually transition to becoming a US citizen as time goes on. Now, when you come here as a student, there are so many ways you can transition, so many options. Today, I would emphasize on transitioning with employment, and I'm going to talk to you guys about what ADEX Medical Staffing is offering you. They are offering us gold. They are offering us a platter of gold, guys. Anyway, I don't want to be too excited. I don't want to get too excited about it because it's almost unreal, but for real, it's real. You know what I mean? I will also be answering so many questions that you guys have asked from my previous videos. I will do frequently asked questions. I'm hoping this video is not a very long video, but I just want to hit the nail on the head. So the first way is by employment. When you come to the United States as a student, you have what we call an F1 visa, and that is where ADEX Medical Staffing comes in. You all know that I'm a nurse and I mostly have information for nurses, but it doesn't stop us from also giving information about other jobs per request. But for now, we're going to talk mainly about the employment for nurses, which is what I'm going to be precising on before we can go to the other jobs. ADEX is mainly a nursing staffing company. ADEX is not an agency. ADEX encourages us to register with them prior to graduation from nursing school. This is because usually the USCIS process takes a little longer, and so they want to be on top of their game. That is why I love them. Some agencies want you to register after you're done with everything until you've gotten your NCLEX. ADEX is not like that. ADEX wants you to register with them before you even graduate from your nursing school or your nursing program. Woohoo! This is amazing. I love this about ADEX. Like, they are proactive. I call this being proactive. ADEX is going to be your green card sponsor and your employer. They're going to give you job assignments only in hospitals. They do not staff for nursing homes. You know how nursing home jobs are 2 years. They only staff for hospitals. Every new nurse needs to have hospital experience to be able to excel with the healthcare system here in the United States. I don't care even if you worked in your country or you worked wherever. You always want to start by working in a hospital, and ADEX is offering you this work for free. They are offering to take off that burden on your shoulder, trying to look for the company or the hospital that is going to file for you. ADEX will handle the complex immigration and adjustment of status issues. They will pay for all your legal and filing fees needed to obtain your visa screen, your work permit, and your green card. They would offer you excellent benefits package, which includes the medical, the dental, and vision insurance. They would also provide for your workers' compensation, your liability, and malpractice insurance. They would handle all the credentialing, including the ACLS, BLS, licensure, endorsement, and of course, much more. They offer ongoing support and mentorship throughout your full length of contract with them. As I said earlier, it's best to start working with them before you even graduate. So if this is not pleasing to your ears, what is going to be pleasing to your ears? Like what? So I'm going to leave ADEX link down below. If you are confused on how to get to them, anything that has to do with ADEX Medical Staffing, you can reach out to me. I'm going to put my Instagram down below. I'll link it down. Please reach out to me if you have any questions about the ADEX Medical Staffing. I'll be answering a lot of the questions again in this video, so just keep watching. So when you finish as a student here in the United States, you're granted something called the OPT. In fact, while you are a student here in the United States, you are eligible to be granted an OPT, which is an optional practical training. This gives you eligibility to work in the United States for 12 months. You can decide to work those 12 months while you are going to school or after school. And if you start your 12 months while you are going to school, remember it's going to affect the number of months left for you to work after school. So you can only work for 12 months if you came to the United States as a student. I don't know if you understand. I hope you do understand what I'm saying. So after that, with that work permit, you can work, and then while you're graduating, you can register with ADEX if you're a nurse, and with any other company if you are not a nurse. For people who studied STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math, you are eligible for an extra 24 months to work. So you have a total of 36 months to work in the United States before you can figure out your life, you know. So this is just all what I've been saying is just one way that you can transition from an F1 visa to a permanent resident in the United States. The second way, which applies to me, is of course the DV lottery. The DV lottery is one of the most, I'll probably say the best of the best if you win, because the DV lottery is a game. If you are able to win that game, the DV lottery is going to be your best bet. When you come to the United States, you are eligible to still play the DV lottery even though you are a student. So before you even come, if you have the opportunity to play the DV lottery, please play the DV lottery. If you are here, please play the DV lottery for the years that you're going to school, because you could win. And if you win the DV lottery, good for you. You don't have to struggle and suffer again. You're going to live your American dream, okay? So DV lottery is definitely the next and best way for you to transition from an F1 visa to, of course, a permanent resident in the United States. The next way to transition is going back to school. Yes, so if you came here with an F1 visa as an undergraduate, it will be preferable to just go back to school again after your OPT has expired. So let's say you've worked for 12 months and you want to stay to buy time. Let's assume you've not found a company to file for you, you've not won the DV lottery. Go back to school. It's simple. Just go back to school. Let's say you had a bachelor's degree in biology, okay, and you want to stay longer in the United States. I would rather you go back to school to study masters in something else, because if you go back to a bachelor's degree in something, guess what? They are not going to grant you another OPT. Just take note of that, okay? You are not going to be granted another OPT if you go back to undergrad. So you want to study something higher, and if you finish masters, you want to study PhD. You want to do your PhD to be able to be granted more OPT to buy time. The next way to transition is, of course, marriage. That's the fourth. Marriage is definitely one of the best ways to also transition if you find the love of your life. If you find the love of your life, if you find the one who makes your heart to jiggle, when you find the person that makes your heart to jiggle here in the United States, and they are a citizen, of course, you guys should get married, and he or she's going to file for you so you can become a permanent resident and eventually a citizen like them. The last but not the least method to transition from an F1 visa to, of course, a permanent resident is investment. Save money. If you have investments worth about $500,000, you would probably be eligible to stay here longer. So there are so many ways to do it. There are family members, there are friends who are ready to work with you. There are people who are ready to sacrifice and help you out with investments like that are up to that amount. If you have that wealthy family that can help you with that, please do well to look at that opportunity. Check it if you are eligible. Just do something, okay? I told you guys earlier that we're going to answer some frequently asked questions in this video as well, and I will get into that right now. This is with respect to what ADEX is going to offer you. So I asked ADEX some frequently asked questions from you guys, questions that you guys have asked on my previous videos, and they answered me. So I'm just going to be reading those answers according to what I have here from what ADEX replied to me. The first thing I asked ADEX is, do you work with future RNs who have not passed the NCLEX yet? If yes, do you sponsor their NCLEX and help with prep? Now, this is what ADEX said. We recruit heavily from the Philippines, from Nepal, and from Thailand. Many of the nurses we meet have not passed the NCLEX. We do offer a 4-month intensive course to qualified nurses to help prepare them for the NCLEX. Because we have accepted them into the program, the class is free of charge. Outside of those countries though, we don't have the infrastructure to offer NCLEX prep. If we start recruiting heavily in other countries, perhaps we can look to set that up. Okay? If you have any questions, please drop them down below. Next question. Do you need any prior nursing experience to get into your program? And then ADEX replied, for F1s, the hospital understands the graduates may not have the nursing experience, so it is okay. But the hospitals won't accept nurses abroad without experience. Best to have at least 2 years of bedside experience in foreign countries for us to work with you. Okay? Next question, question number 3. Will you work with nurses who have passed NCLEX but lost their F1 status? Hey, we try, but usually it doesn't work out as planned. If they stay here on an authorized period of stay, we can try to work with them. If they are here because they overstayed their visa, it might likely not be possible that we can help. Okay? So make sure you are not overstaying your visa. Make sure that you are still having your F1 status available. The last question I asked ADEX was, will you work with any international nurses who have not taken the NCLEX yet? Outside of the 3 countries mentioned above, we do not work with nurses from other countries yet unless they have passed the NCLEX. We know that many nurses need help with this, and in the future, we can work on bringing our class to other nurses outside of those countries I mentioned above. So, I hope this answers some of your questions, and if you have any more questions, please do well to leave them down below. I would love to see them. I would love to address them. I would love to channel them to ADEX. I hope this video brought you some value. If it did, please give us a big thumbs up down below, and of course subscribe and hit the notification bell so you would always be notified every single time we upload videos like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye.